Hello guys, welcome back to LeadFoot TV. So today I am just doing a little bit of routine maintenance on my new daily. I bought a Honda Accord as a daily and it's got a few little issues that need sorting out before I can start driving it. So one of them is the coil pack, so I need to sort the coil pack out. So I'm going to do that today, and I thought I'd just do a little quick how-to because they're not the easiest things to do a coil pack on if you don't know where they are. So yeah, let's jump to it. Yeah, so this is the new daily. It is a 1.8 Accord single overhead cam vtec F18B something or other. It's on there somewhere. F18B2. So the coil pack is actually inside the distributor. Basically the problem I'm having is it runs fine when it's cold, but once it's warmed up it revs to about 3k and then just like and the revs just stop at 3k and basically it just hits the limiter, and I think the coil pack is breaking down under load. So I've managed to pick one up from the scrapyard. It was actually off a Civic D series engine, but the coil pack is the same. So I'm just gonna pop the distributor cap off now and yeah, swap the coil packs over. So to get the cap off, basically there are 3 bolts, one there, one just under the wires here, and I think the last one is right down the bottom here. You can only really feel it, you can't see it. I don't know if I get down there. Oh no, you can just about see it there. Yeah, these are 7mm, these bolts, which is a bit of a weird size. Sometimes if it's had an aftermarket distributor cap put on it, the bolts will be 8mm. So yeah, it'll either be 7 or 8mm depending if your car's had a distributor cap on it or not. So yeah, I'm just going to pop those off now. So that is all 3 bolts undone. So once they are undone, the cap will just pull off. You're better off just leaving the wires on it, and then you can't mix them up when you put them back together. So yeah, that's inside the distributor. It's worthwhile you've got it off as well, just checking the inside of the dizzy for corrosion. You can see actually mine are quite badly corroded in there, so I'm just going to clean those off with a screwdriver just to yeah, just get a better contact point. You can see yeah, you can see all that crap coming off there. That is not meant to be on there. To be honest, this could actually even be the problem, but I'm going to swap the coil pack over anyway because I've got it now. So yeah, you can see there's quite a lot of corrosion on those contact points, which actually could be the problem. It is pretty common for the contact points on the Hondas to go like that. So yeah, just make sure your rotor arm isn't all corroded up as well. It doesn't look too bad, the rotor arm, but yeah, I'm just going to give the contact points a clean up and the rotor arm, and then we'll swap this coil pack over. So this is the coil pack. This is, like I mentioned before, I took this one off a Honda Civic, the MB model that I found in the scrapyard. I'm hoping it's going to be okay. He literally gave me it, I didn't have to pay any money for it, so hopefully it'll sort the job out. I've just given the inside of the cap a bit of a clean out, so that the points aren't as bad as they were. I just gave them a quick scrape off with a screwdriver, but to be honest, I'll probably just get myself a new cap at some point. So I'll maybe do a video on doing the cap and changing the cap and the rotor arm at some point, but for now we'll take this coil pack out. So basically you just need to take these wires off, which are always quite tight, so just be careful you don't break it. Obviously it doesn't matter too much if you break the broken one, but yeah, just give them a wiggle side to side. They're always stupidly tight. So that's that one. So those are the wires off. Just make sure you don't get them mixed up, so they go back on the same way. You can't really get them mixed up because one wire's shorter than the other. So all we need to do now is just remove these 2 10mm bolts. So once those are out, it'll come out with this little casing attached to it. So you just want to remove that casing and make sure you put it back in the right way around. So sorry, it's a bit difficult to film with one hand. So that goes like that, and then that just goes back in, and then you just want your bolts back in. Just get them started with your hands first. That's one. So just give them a nip up, and then the wires just want to go back on the same way they came up, so like that. And you can actually see on this old coil pack where it's burnt out. That's where it's been getting too hot. So that is a heat mark. It's probably arced out inside and started to burn out. So yeah, it's a bit of reassurance that there is probably something wrong with it. So yeah, once you've got to that stage, it's just a case of putting the cap back on. So there we go. Just there is as well just a little rubber seal behind here. See this black seal. Sometimes when you pull a cap off, it pulls it out, so just make sure if it does come off when you take the cap off that you've put it back in, because otherwise what will happen is water and moisture will get inside the cap and the points will corrode like they have on mine. So they even with the seal in, they still do eventually corrode, but it'll cause you major issues if you don't have the seal in. So that is in. I'm just going to put the camera down now and tighten it back up. So now we've got it all back together, just make sure it starts up okay. There we go. Excuse the really loud exhaust. The other problem that I need to fix is the back box. The back box has dropped off on the car, so I need to get that sorted. So what would happen before basically is once the car got warm, it would rev to like 3,100 and just stop there basically. It wouldn't go any higher. So I'm gonna just let the car warm up and then we'll try rev it and see if it's any better than it was before. So unfortunately the coil didn't fix the problem, but I cleared the code out and then took it for a drive. The light came back on and yeah, wouldn't rev over 3k. So the coil didn't fix it, which kind of left only one thing it could be, which is this little thing that also sits inside the distributor right next to the coil. It's a ignition control module, I think it's called. I don't actually know the proper name for it, but I know it causes a lot of issues on a lot of Hondas. So I managed to pick one of these up at the scrapyard again. It was in a Honda HR-V, which was pretty cool because yeah, I like that Hondas just reuse a lot of parts in different cars, so that it's nice and easy to get hold of. The reason I haven't been buying new parts for the car is basically because it's like an in-between car, just to get me by for a couple of months until I can find the car that I want. So yeah, I don't want to spend a lot of money on it, so I've just been getting little bits and pieces from the scrapyard so that I can get it running properly again. So yeah, that sorted it out. So if you change your coil and it doesn't fix the problem, then it's probably this thing. You can actually buy them brand new, super cheap. So yeah, if this has helped you out, make sure you leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace out.